Now to Invercargill, where dreams for a new charity hospital are one step closer to reality, with the first strike of a Sledgehammer. The mission is to transform a suburban pub into a hospital where Southlanders who aren't covered by the Southern District Health Board can access colonoscopies and dental care for free. It's the brainchild of late cancer care advocate Blair Vining, who died last October after a year-long battle with bowel cancer. And as Tess Brunton reports, it's been a long but rewarding road.
Everyone looks a little bit worried about my sledgehammering skills. Right. Oh yes, I've got a hold.
Good work.
Blair Vining's wife, Melissa, struck the first blows as the former Clifton Club Inn shifts from housing kegs to colonoscopies. It was donated by the Invercargill Licensing Trust in February.
Are you going to make me hit some more, Laura? Yeah, I will. Should have bought some Powerade.
Melissa Vining says it's a momentous day.
I did feel a little bit emotional when the first time that I swung the sledgehammer, because I was thinking of Blair and how he'd be so proud.
The hospital will be home to an orthopaedic-grade operating theatre, a dental suite, about 8 recovery beds, a community room, consulting rooms and a memorial garden for Blair Vining. Melissa Vining says the hospital will be able to adapt to the greatest need of the community.
Southland Otago has the worst rates of bowel cancer in New Zealand, and one of the contributing factors to that is the low intervention rate, so not being able to access colonoscopies. So the overall goal will be to put an end to the suffering of many Southland Otagoers and actually having a direct impact, because if caught early, bowel cancer can be cured, and that's the reward we're helping people in our community.
So far, the community has raised roughly $2.2 million for the hospital through fundraising and donations. Melissa Vining says they would need another $2 million to complete the build with full labour costs and another $1 million for equipment.
I know firsthand what it feels like when the person you love needs help and is unable to access it in the public system. It is a state of trauma, panic, constant concern, and for a large amount of our patients, getting that colonoscopy, just getting certainty, makes things a lot easier to cope with.
The hospital will be staffed by medical professionals volunteering their time, with other volunteers filling in the other vital roles. It should be able to help about 12 people a day, depending on the availability of specialists and demand. About 110 volunteers have signed up, but the hospital's general manager, Helen Robinson, invites tradies and medical professionals in the region to get in contact with the hospital. She says the community support has been phenomenal.
People, I think, have been touched by cancer. Everybody, sadly, in this day and age has some experience. So I think that's why it's been so important to people. I think also this year, COVID has been a pretty testing time for everybody. So I think it's also just been really helpful for businesses, for schools, for groups of people that have got together and done something really positive, whether that's been raising money for us or just participating in Red, Black and White Day.
The kitchen will stay, but the jury is out on the bar. Standing in the former keg cool room with grimy pipes sticking out and beer lists on the wall, Helen Robinson says it will soon play a very different role.
So eventually this room will be used as a consult room, so this is where people will be seen by one of the surgeons prior to their procedure, and it will also be used hopefully in the future counselling sessions, so it's a multi-purpose room.
A $100,000 donation from Rio Tinto, the majority owner of nearby Tiwai Point smelter, added to the celebratory mood. The smelter's chief executive and general manager, Stu Hamilton, says the donation will help to fund the build.
So as we've gone through looking at the impact that we can have on Southland, and you look at the amazing response and I guess Southland engagement in this initiative has been brilliant. The impact that it's going to have on Southlanders for many generations to come is huge, and really keen for us to be able to support that initiative.
Bonnish Consultants Managing Director Boyd Wilson says the former pub is a standout site for the new hospital.
It had great bones to start with, and we can repurpose the building rather than completely demolish and restart. The scale of the site allows the development to future-proofs if there is ever any further need for an additional theatre. And I think the other thing too is time, is that it saved probably at least 12 months in time from starting with a blank canvas.
Melissa Vining hopes the new charity hospital will be open for business before Christmas next year. In Invercargill for Checkpoint, Tess Brunton, TNA.